Death blow. Death blow. Death blow.
Hello, we are Ranzer. You're listening to Death Blow Podcast, and we should have a lot of fun with the Thrash Metal band from Germany.
Hello wonderful people, it's me Darkel and welcome to another episode of Death Blow Podcast. Subscribe, like and share on the channel and click on the bell to receive more news. Spotify and Apple Podcast for the audio version and Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for the updates and videos. Follow me there. Today I present you a band from Germany. Their style is very similar to Sodom, a pure thrash metal sound, and if you really like Sodom you cannot miss to listen this band. Their name is Ranzer, and I had an immense pleasure to have interviewed them. Are you ready? Well, let's start with the interview. Enjoy! Hello!
Hello, Mrs. Desplow.
Hello, Tim. We are today with Tim and the rest of the band. Hi, guys. How is going?
Wonderful. We are in the middle of the rehearsal. Yeah, it's me. It's Tim. It's the bass player. It is
Valentin on the drums. Hi, I'm Dirk. I'm playing the guitar.
And Peter, guitar.
And Corti is missing. He's our lovely singer.
I want to know more about this band, your band Ranzer. How did you guys start to be a band, and what does it mean, the name Ranzer?
We started the band 2021, and Ranzer is a German word which means to
shout.
Yeah, to shout at somebody, I think.
An angry shout.
So that's the meaning. We all had different bands before, and 4 years ago, Tim on the bass and me coupled together, and Peter and Valentin had done some music together as well, and we connected each other and decided that we could play a cool mix of crust punk and thrash metal, and at least we got Corti on voice, so it was just a start, like 1,000 other bands start too.
This new record is called Leitkultur. I don't know, what is the right pronounce, guys? You are better than me.
Yeah,
Leitkultur.
Your German is pretty good.
It's a mix of punk, thrash metal and growl. What does it talk about, this record?
The lyrics come from Corti. A lot of them are social manners.
Maybe the lyrics are about problems in society, in politics, and against fascism. These are basically the lyrics about. Yeah.
About the title of the album, Leitkultur, there is a big discussion in Germany right now about the refugees coming to our country, and some politicians think that people coming to our country should have a leading culture to get integrated. We think that's a wrong way.
Because of that, we thought about like mix up of these leading culture, and we made like a little wordplay, and it's now when you translate it directly, it's like misery or suffering culture. You know, that's the deal.
All the titles are in German in this release. Will you sing even in English in the future, or it's more focused on a German market?
It's not. I think it's not focused on the German market, but I think the lyrics will remain in German, I suppose. Yes.
I think it's not a problem. We all love a lot of Swedish bands, a lot of Swedish crust punk bands. They use the Swedish language. Why can't we use just the German language? German is very special. It sounds very brutal, and we got a lot of very positive response from foreign countries, although they don't speak any German word, but they really like the words and the spelling in German.
And our English is not good enough, obviously, to write any proper lyrics in English. So we remain in German.
I think it shouldn't be a problem to let grow this band, although we will stay with German lyrics.
What are the next plans for your band?
I think we hope to play live as much as possible. So we like to book more shows and rehearse some new stuff. We will write a couple new tunes, so we can.
We can focus probably to talk about another album for 2026. And right now we played a lot of shows for Kreator. We had a lot of shows together with Master from the US and other bands. So we are now free until June. In June we are going to play with Brat from the United States. And we use the time to rehearse. We use the time writing new stuff. And hopefully there are coming some more festivals where we can hop on. So this year we'll be concentrating for some new songs, probably another project. We do have some recordings and checking if there are other bands taking probably a split with us together, something like that.
So you recorded a demo in 2023 called Demophobia. How is your sound improved according to you?
I think we didn't really improve since 2023 in sound. I heard some reviews that our sound changed and we got more professional, but we did it the same way like we recorded this Demophobia demo in 2023. We recorded that in our rehearsal room with a friend of mine. It's a sound technician, and he came to our rehearsal room and we completely did it ourselves. We played it live, did some mixing and mastering after that, and we tried to capture the raw crust and thrash sound.
We think it doesn't make sense to play it again and again. We didn't want to do the overdubs, something like that. I think people like the more live spirit, the more live feeling of the tracks a lot, and so we didn't change the recipe. For Kreator, we exactly did the same like on Demophobia. We just tried to get the best track, the best take, and when we said yes, we recorded it perfectly, then we went on to the next track, and probably this is the recipe for upcoming records as well. We don't like polished records. We don't like a sound which is too much, too perfect. Especially the punk feeling needs to be rough, needs to sound a little bit muddy, a little bit dirty.
My favorite song about this album, this record, is Stress. It's a mix of death, black metal, and doom. A genius mix. That's why I love this sound, and in this song is very perceivable the dark sonority. Do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm really happy that you mentioned Stress, and it's quite interesting that people most of the time do not have the same favorite tracks. It's a huge pleasure that there are so many reviews, and the writers do all have different tracks. For me personally, I love Stress a lot, and I think this is a very strong track, and it has a lot more of metal in the sound compared to the other ones who have a little bit more punk. And I think yes, it's true. If we would change the setting a little bit, you could do a death metal or a black metal track of it as well.
I think Stress is one of the tracks that is most fun to play live. It's one of my favorites as well.
I think because contains that mix of energy that people want to hear, and I think the joy of the public is what really cares at the end for a musician.
Oh,
Thanks.
Thank you a lot.
What are your main influences for this record?
Yeah.
During the recording process,
Oh, this is
I think there are no influences for the recording process. We
Maybe
just
more
try
for
to
the-
keep the raw energy.
writing. For the writing process, maybe more.
If it's up
But-
to the writing process,
I don't know, just basically the old school thrash metal from the 80s, like Overkill, Sodom, old Kreator, and mix it up with some crust bands, raw punk bands like Discharge, Dysphere.
not to forget,
Yeah.
there are not that so many bands who try to mix this up. Another example is Rawside from Germany. We love a lot, and we already played with them. They are similar in mixing thrash metal influences and punk stuff together. I think it's a good idea doing it this way because there are not so many bands who mix 80s style and punk as we do.
We try to not copy anything. No, not just to write what we feel, you know. And sometimes it is a mixture of death metal and crust, and sometimes it's a mixture of black metal and thrash. So no, you never know what we will come about next. Yeah, you know.
And that's the beauty of it, because then you mentioned even Sodom. Sodom is one of my favorite bands, and I think that I perceived a lot this influence in this record. So I think that for a German to listen to Sodom and to appreciate that, and probably even play a couple of their riffs, it's something special, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're completely right. I want to show something. Some influence
Agent
every
Orange.
week. Yeah.
Love
It's
this
one of my
album.
favorites, at least.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
for sure. If the time would have come, we would have been asked to play as the opener for Sodom. This would be like a dream coming true, no question at all. This would be
Yeah. Would be awesome. Yes.
What about the artwork about this album?
It's the artwork was made by Thomas Westphal, Necromaniac. He's internationally known.
for artworks for repute, something like that. His artworks are very, very special. And when we got the very first artwork for Demophobie, for me personally, it was something like a problem.
We were all shocked. Yeah.
We have been all shocked, but the people liked it really a lot. So we decided to ask him once more for the full album. So he also designed the Light Couture album, and we are in very good contact. And he's really, really happy how we are spreading the music, and especially his cover. We made a T-shirt of it, and the people are buying and buying and buying the shirt and the records. It's awesome, and I think it's a good moment to say, hey, thank you, Necromaniac, for that disgusting artwork.
Yeah. We love his perverse and disgusting approach. So we are big fans. Hi, Thomas. Yeah. See you next time.
And we have to add that he did the artwork after drinking one bottle of absinthe, and he was totally naked.
At least he said that.
We when he was drawing the pictures, everything he wanted was to get some lyrics, some rehearsal stuff listening to, and he just painted what he was listening. So it has been his interpretation. It was his interpretation of what he was listening to. and what he had in mind listening to the lyrics. So we told him nothing about what he should paint. He just painted naked and drunken what he was able to understand.
Wow, interesting. And you even shared the stage with important bands like Suffocation and I Hate God, to name a few. How important it has been for you guys to share the stage with them?
Our very first gig was opening for I Hate God. I think that was something special for all of us.
Our trousers was totally wet when we heard this.
Yeah, we were we were very excited to play with them. So it was not a big deal for them. It was not a big deal for Kassel, but it was a big deal for us to make the first show ever with I Hate God. But we had some other support slots for Master, for example. We opened for Lucifuge, a very good black thrash metal band from Germany, and something else. Yeah, so you mentioned Suffocation. We didn't open for Suffocation, but we were on the same bill with them in Protzen, Germany, at the festival. Yes, but we opened for Master. I said that already.
In Protzen, the band who played
Rawside. Yeah.
Rawside was Gutalax, the Czech grind band.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we are not the youngest people behind the band Ranzer, and I think we can profit from all the bands we had in the past. So there are still some connections to get the Ranzer baby going quite fast from the beginning. So there are some bookers who were saying, yeah, the guys played together with I Hate God, the guys played 2 times with Master. Probably they could be interesting for my show. That's the game. You need to have a handful of connections and some very good shows. So that's the only thing you can keep the game going. And especially German is a brutal market. If you look on Europe, most of the metal shows taking place in Germany. And if you're a German band, a profit in its own land, it's really, really difficult to get a show booked somewhere, although we do have so many shows. If you would have been a band like us, if we would have been from Sweden, it would be much easier to play in Europe or to play Germany. But a German band playing in Germany is a lot of work, and it causes hundreds of hours writing emails, going at the phone, doing shit like this. It's very stressful to get good shows booked, to get new contacts, and to go on the festival booths. It's really, really difficult for a German band.
Oh, I didn't know that, which is something that is particular, because I think that for German people it would have been already a scene, and instead you find difficulties to get a venue and enter into this venue and play some shows. So I think that for a German person saying that, I think that it's really important. I really hope that this will change one day.
We hope so too. I think the conditions for bands in German clubs are very good, most of them. But to get shows, to come on billings and catch a slot on festivals or billings, it's very difficult for a small band.
Yeah, we are all working on it. We are 5 members in the band, and we all do. It is all of us each day try to get somewhere a show booked. It's really, really difficult to hop on.
But I think we try our best. We give our best to book more shows. We will see what will come next.
If there is any booker outside listening to that show,
Hello.
Just ask us. We're going to play everywhere you want us to play. If you would like to let players at your garden party we will go to the car and we'll start right now. Okay.
Have you ever played at Zeche Karl in Essen or something like that? I don't know if the pronounce is good.
Zeche Karl.
I'm sorry, the pronounce is fucked up.
Yeah, Zeche Karl. This is very, very hard to pronounce when you're not German.
Yes.
This is called Zeche Karl. I heard about it. It's very famous. It was very famous in the 80s and 90s. But nowadays,
especially for a Sodom fan, Zeche Karl was huge. But
I was there once or twice, but
we didn't play there.
Long ago.
Are you writing something new, or when the creativity comes when you start writing? How works this writing process for you guys? I was very curious to know.
Some of us come with riffs or melodies, and
especially it's 90% it's you or me.
Yeah, and the guitar players we suggest riffs and melodies and put it together with the drummer Valentin, and we try to work all together on songs, but the basic idea will come mostly from the guitarists.
It's a process. Sometimes you can't avoid if your head is very clear and you're writing a lot of parts and you've got in mind what could the bass player play or what is a kind of solo. Sometimes you write the song close to 99%, and the next time you've got just a riff and playing like a ball, throwing in the middle and say, hey guys, what's up with this riff? What do you think about it? And then it's a process of, hey, quite nice, play it faster. How would Sodom play this riff? What's about how would Wolf Brigade play this riff, or add another tone, or change it from D to E, or something like that? It's just a game, like playing in the sandbox.
Yeah, because I think that I am a musician myself, so I think that finding the right instrument, the right tool, or the right phrase that could work sometimes it's a bit complicated, and then you have to work I think some weeks to get a song completed, so it's not very easy from what I know, I guess.
It differs a lot. Last week we have had a very good idea, and before we started the connection with you, we rehearsed the idea from last week once more. I think we're going to finish one of a new song during 2 rehearsals. Sometimes it's going very fast, and we have had other songs. You mentioned Stress before. This was a track, it took months if all of us have been satisfied, and when we said, okay, now it's finished, it's from track to track it differs a lot. But it's stressful and not that easy to put it together. I think, I think we all do have a lot of experience, and we do this shit since many years, and it's a challenge to get a good track together and not to play too much. It's the challenge is to play the right riff at the right time, to have a good idea going. The challenge is not playing too much. The challenge is to play the right riff at the right point.
And the development process happens all in the rehearsal. I mean, it's pretty much old school. I guess a lot of bands are playing with over computers and trying to record here and there a track and so on. But we meet once a week, drinking a beer, have a lot of fun, talking about this and that. It's pretty much like a family here, and it's all built up in the rehearsal, and
What is your opinion about the artificial intelligence used into the music?
Yeah, I mean, you can do this. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm not that music creator. I'm only the bassist player. But once I used the prompt of the AI and I said, please create this and that this and that song, and I sent it around to the band, and they were really amazed. But they did not believe that I wrote that track. So I don't know. It's about feeling to create music in our rehearsal, and I mean, AI is pretty powerful. It's really amazing, but it's nothing for us.
Not for the cover, not for the sound, not for the riffs, not for the melodies, nothing. I think especially if you're playing a heavy metal band mixing up with punk rock, this is totally human stuff. This is social stuff. This is something you have to feel, you have to live, and this has nothing to do with AI, nothing of it. It's transporting a feeling of being friends, making some noise, having a good time together, drinking some beers, playing heavy metal the old way. This is what we like to do, and there's nowhere any AI, and no cover and no sound, no riff, nothing, and there won't be any AI somewhere.
I think the use of artificial intelligence is somehow the death of creativity when you think about making heavy metal. So we won't use it at all. So
And something to finish the interview, something that you want to say to the public.
smash fascism.
Yes. Yeah.
Smash fascism. Nazis raus.
Yes.
Love and compassion is bigger than aggression. So be polite, do what you want, but be lovely to others, and enjoy the music, feel the music, come to live concerts.
Okay. Thank you for the interview, and see you next time.
Yes, see you guys next time for next release.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye guys, thank you so much. Bye. And that's all for this episode of Death Blow Podcast. Subscribe, like and share on the channel and click on the bell to receive more news. Spotify and Apple Podcast for the audio version, and Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for all updates and videos. See you soon guys!